Mental health?
You asking me?
Yeah.
The only way you asking me, because I damn sure believe in it. It's big. It's facts.
So would you say a lot of problems we have is because of mental health? Like, say it's like what's happening with like the lady just with the kids, you know, the 2 kids.
Yeah.
A lot of people, you know, she's not being charged.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
I seen that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's not being charged. She's been held, you know,
well,
that's mental.
Well,
he says she not competent to stand trial.
I don't know her personal business, but if you have read up on that story, it was already known fact that she had issues.
She's been had issues, right?
So people been trying to get help. That's why they were trying to get the kids.
Right.
And the court system kept shim-shamming and failing the kids. And I blame this on the fucking court system. They failed them kids. Everybody says she helped. She set the motherfucking shit on fire.
It don't take a rocket science.
Yeah. And now
rocket science is to understand that if you can kill your own 2 children and then just leave them in the house.
Let me read it for a few people that may be joining in. You know, I'm pretty sure it's been big, everybody will be talking about, but I'm just gonna read the article. It says a Baltimore woman been charged in the death of her 6-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son has been found incompetent to stand trial. I'm not gonna say the young lady's name. I'm just gonna go, you know,
Jane Doe.
Yeah. Obviously, she was charged for first-degree murder after the decomposed bodies of her children, I didn't say their names neither, were found in Southwest Baltimore apartment last month.
I just worked on that street. It was a few months before.
And it says the Baltimore Sun reports that the court records show that judge found her incompetent to stand trial. Her case is placed on an inactive docket.
So basically, she's going to go to the mental hospital for the rest of her life.
And she there with a public defender too.
Gonna be there the rest of her life.
But see, this is the thing. It's very easy for them, the judge, to decide that. Because I guarantee you, there was already paperwork, records showing that this lady had mental issues. But the court system, once again, failed to do what was right by the children. That's what I mean by they are fucking biased. Some of these judges, they need to go back to training. For real, they take 2 oaths. They take the oath that everybody see, and then they take an oath behind the doors.
I think it's more so, me personally, I think it's more so that we know for sure that we're looked at differently as our white counterparts, right? So they can come in there and sit down in church and praise with them, and then turn around and murder 9 people. Although he went to jail, he fought. Look at the guy over here that killed all the people in Annapolis at the Gazette. That case went on for months of them trying to convict this dude. And they kept trying to get him to go under
insane.
Him being insane. When they have emails and everything showing that this was all premeditated and what he was going to do, you know what I'm saying, shit on his computers and all kinds of, but they still try to bring him under insane. Now, if it's me, I'm at a club and dudes jump on me and beat me half to death, and I come out and get the banging off and I kill 5 people.
See what happened in Atlanta?
I'm going straight to jail. I don't go too far. Right? Even with that situation, right? We all, like, certain situations we'll say is mental health, right? We'll say it's a mental health thing. Or is it that we got to the point where it's like our value of life has diminished?
I agree with that. First of all,
I mean, we have seen too many incidents. It can't be. I mean, at this point, we have seen. You just called yesterday about the incident, right? To me, that's not. If you want to say mental, that's mental health. You can do something to somebody and stand there and watch him, then hit him up again to make sure he's gone. You know what I'm saying? Or a couple of these murders we seen we were seeing on live, and these murder inks and all those type of things. Where listen, even when the dude even when they was in also was in self-defense with the robbery in Chicago. But just shoot the dude, shoot him, look at him, you start kicking him and stomping him. He already dead.
Kick him on the head.
So what I'm saying is, it's me to a point, even after you had in self-defense you felt bad. It's me to a point if somebody came to your house and you had to shoot him, you still be like, man, I feel sorry for the kids. Hold on, let me finish. I feel sorry for what happened. I feel sorry, you know what I mean? Like, you still feel a certain way that you had to take somebody's life.
Exactly.
Even if this man was breaking into your house. You get what I'm saying?
Them days are done.
All right, hold up. So even when somebody's breaking into your house, you felt like a sense of remorse.
Yeah, because someone that loves you lost a loved one. At the end of the day.
Used to.
So now it's to the point where I shoot you, I stomp you, and fuck you. Man, I still kick you.
So basically, we become barbaric.
That's what I'm saying. So is it
we've become barbaric?
So is it mental issues, or is it to the point where life just doesn't have as much?
Death become the norm now. Like, we can handle it so much. Like I told y'all before.
Oh, so answer the question. I'm saying stick to the question. So what do you think?
I think we become barbaric. Like,
so
it's the norm.
Do you think it's more mental health issues, or is it just to the point where we just lighten up and just, we just like stepping on the rope? It's like catching a mouse on a rice trap. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like
me personally, I feel like people have gotten more heartless than more mental health than me. To me personally, I feel like these jokers got just heartless, yo. It's just getting to the point where fuck you, fuck everything, fuck everybody. That's how I feel.
I mean, at this point, they just joke. It's just women, it's men, it's just you know what I'm saying? It's all like everybody's included now. There's no. We ain't taking kids out of the picture. We're not taking women out.
No.
Everybody at this point is doing stuff that's insanely kind of like, it's like we just, life is just like another.
It's the norm now, man. It's the norm. I used to, when I was growing up, I used to always see this stuff happening in the Middle East. And I'm like, well, how do people handle death so well like they do? Like when we grew up, death was really hard for us. You know what I mean?
Because it wasn't as common.
It wasn't as common. Now it's the norm now. Like somebody died.
And then most people who died were older. Yeah. You didn't have pigs dying next to you every day.
Right, your age. Like now it's like, okay, well, who's gonna be next? Now it's like, who's gonna be next? Is it gonna be me or is it gonna be them? Like, it's just normal now, yo. And it's like we can handle it so much.
So that's what I'm saying. So what makes our case so different from another case that we saw? Like,
this is the thing. In some cases,
even when that case, we just seen it all at this point.
In some cases, in some cases, like, honestly, people are really mentally fucked up, and I mean to say mentally fucked up. Like, if you have a kid, man, and the kid come in the house and they see their fucking uncle head blown away, he fucked up for the rest of the night.
Do you get to turn 30 and then?
But you never know when this shit gonna kick in. You don't know when, because it could be you going through something small, and then you think of that, and now whole shit get worse. Like, yo, like when people are like, man, you need to do an investigation on who you talk to and all that shit. Listen, I don't want to hear nobody tell me I need to do an investigation on who the fuck you talk to, because that's all bullshit. Because you don't know, 10 years down the line, you might get the motherfucker assassin in your bedroom. You don't know who you gonna fuck with, man, because that don't mean that the shit gonna trigger right then and there. That shit might trigger years down the line.
That's just humans. We definitely
yeah, but I don't want nobody to tell me, oh man, that person should have did an investigation on that, or did this and all that. I don't want to hear that shit. Because you don't know nobody until that time comes. Everybody had their own, you ever heard of the trigger point.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's a trigger point that might set these motherfuckers off. What if motherfucker that use some weed, right? Smoke some weed and have something in it. That shit might not hit you right then and there, but that shit probably working on your body the whole time for years. And then all of a sudden, you gone.
Well,
your mind gone.
Prime example. This is the product that you see every day. These kids starting harder drugs at a younger age is making them more violent. It's making them want less out of life and making them more willing to throw away their lives. Because I've never seen.
I got calls too. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I don't calls. Listen. I love the scent of a woman.
I love it.
The feel of a woman.
Yes, sir.
I love everything about a woman. So I don't understand how these dudes are so willing to go spend the rest of their life with a bunch of grown men for shit that's so frivolous.
Right.
That don't amount to a hill of beans.
I might say
caller, we're gonna take a caller, y'all. Sorry.
So right now it says, we was asking about the crime, about the death and all that. It says because we have been desensitized by all the crimes. And someone else said people have gone through things. Trauma is real. You can't judge their triggers. It's not about age at all.
Oh,
it's
no.
definitely mental.
Yeah, definitely. Play a big part.
After 2 kids, you turn 40?
And is that right there? You just never know what's going to happen, yo. Like, you never know.
So that's anything then. So that's anything then.
But see, that
started before.
It started before.
Yeah, but it wasn't that serious when she wasn't in the hospital. Why was she in the hospital?
But see.
No, why you didn't put her in the mental institution?
It was because, she called. She set the house on fire.
I know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, it's the shit.
So is that mental health? That's just like irresponsibility.
It's not irresponsible.
No, it's mental. It's mental health, but
because she
it's irresponsibility of the powers that be.
Right.
Giving her the help that she needs.
What makes hers mental from any other like death?
I'm not gonna say.
Well, I'm not a professional. You have people who analyze these people. And that's what they do for a living.
Man, we're talking about from what we look, see, smell,
listen.
See,
that's the problem.
We can sit here and say that.
That's the problem with society now. It's always, let's use common sense. But we can use common sense in so many ways, but let's not be in a fucking box or tunnel vision, because we're not really using the facts.
Okay, what's that?
And the facts is, she already had mental issues, and they fucking knew it. That's why the judge was so easy for him to say what he said. And she didn't have to go through the chain. And she's a black woman. They don't get that easy.
Nobody saw it around her. Nobody saw it.
No, that's a lie.
No, they did.
That's a lie, boo. That's a lie. They seen it.
Yeah, they did.
The powers that be failed the goddamn kids.
That's why the father was trying to get the kids.
Exactly. The family
what the neighbors said, they ain't said.
All right, well.
Well, the neighbors said that they just didn't see that she would kill them.
Right. But they heard her used to be
doing they heard her, saying things to the kids.
One thing about this,
like
I'm gonna tell you something about, and ladies, don't take this wrong, ladies. One thing about females, when it comes down to them kids, they are more dangerous. Because a lady rather kill that kid to see that kid with somebody else. Because they look at it as if they carried for 9 months. Once again, I'm going to say this to you. If it was God's judgment for me to carry that kid for 9 months, I will have to carry for 9 months. So I hate the fact that they always talk about, I carried this baby for 9 months. Okay, and you carried my sperm for 9 months. That's God's judgment. That's not my judgment. I was here to produce.
Yeah.
Because I can have 1 million motherfucking kids.
Because that was God.
All you can have is one.
Giving that rib the creator.
But I can have as more as I want to a year. You can have one, or how many gonna come out that belly at that one time.
Right.
We, as men, we've been blessed. That's why it says you get all your blessings from your kids.
Right.
Never forget that. That's where your real blessings come, from your kids. And that's why I told people all the time, man, take care of your kids.
You don't know when his triggers will come.
That motherfucker might come anytime. You never know, boy. I'm trying to tell you, man.
He got the triggers, I know it.
See, we got a woman telling me, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no to what? Explain yourself, please. I mean, I'm trying to find out what she's talking about. She might be talking about when I said that, you know what I mean, about the baby carrying the baby, or the kids might.
Yeah, elaborate on that, Carl.
Yeah, please do.
Whoever that is on Facebook that just chimed in, elaborate on what you meant by that.
Yeah.
Well, until you elaborate back, I'm gonna just jump at what I was saying. It's so like, and the reason I said that because of what we just saw. We just saw on the thing. That they shot, they kicked him, stomped him. He flat out did. Made sure he did.
Shot him with a chopper.
They got mad because they still upset and mad. And now they kicking him and stomping him after he did. Like, fuck you.
Up in Chicago?
Yes. Yeah. So that's just one incident. But my whole point is like, so, and it's not diminishing nothing from her.
But let me explain to the audience what we speaking about. There was an incident in Chicago. Some guys were shooting dice. Had this one idiot walk up by himself trying to rob the dice game. One of the dudes grabbed his gun.
He was playing games with this fucker.
They got the best of him. Slammed him on his head. They start beating him. While his man was beating him, the other dude ran to the car, got a chopper. For those who don't know what a chopper is, it's a machine gun with an extended clip.
No bullshit.
And they tore the fur off of him, didn't they? So while he's laying there, mind you, all this is broad daylight now. They never ran, they didn't leave. After they shot him up the way they shot him, they just stood over there and cussed him out and stomped him and kicked him in the face. No one broke out. No one was trying to get away in fear that law enforcement may be on its way. They just stayed there, kicked him and stomped him and cursed him out. So this is how barbaric we've gotten.
We're talking about to a dead man already.
To a man that's already dead.